love you, Chris. Like a brother. We're friends, right?
The last thing you ever want to do is make a girl cringe.
Cringy people wearing those party hats.
The hats.
Making a girl cringe massively impacts how she sees you. In fact, there's an old saying that goes, every time a girl cringes, God releases a huge sigh of disappointment as he looks down at the terrible mess you've made.
I am disappointed.
Sadly, there are a few key things that most men do and don't do that absolutely ruin the vibe for every girl. So we thought we'd offer a helping hand. Buckle up, because you've definitely done most of the things in this video at some point, especially reason number 7. So it's time to take some responsibility and accountability and stop being that guy if you want more success with women. Number 1, being too available.
Really how you feel?
I don't know. Maybe. Why?
Because that's the nicest thing anyone's ever written me.
Most men think that being at a girl's beck and call is a good thing. You might think you're being supportive or friendly, or worse still, always by her side. Yuck. She's cringing till her hair falls out. Trust me. Here's the truth. Girls can usually get anything they want, which means the things that they can't get become that much more valuable. So become something she can't get.
I'm gonna play the game.
Your attention is the biggest point of leverage you have as a man. The more of it you give, the less valuable it is. This is a natural thing, like the laws of supply and demand. They want to chase you, because chasing you implies you're worth catching and will improve her life. So give them space to chase. Number 2, making her the priority. Following the last point, girls never want to be the best thing you have going on in your life, because that usually means you don't have much going on.
All right, it's about a guy named Marty, and he's very lazy.
As a man, your focus should always be on your passions or your progress. This naturally gives her space to chase you while you're chasing your goals and providing for her. This is a healthy dynamic, and one that benefits both of you, and one that both of you innately want. Another aspect of this is pedestaling. Putting girls on a pedestal is essentially you telling her that you think she's better than you.
This woman means more to me than anything else in the world.
Look to me in my eyeball. I take care of Lisa as if she were my own flesh and blood.
And we all know that girls only date on the same level or higher. So idolizing her and being too attached is a recipe for failure and will only push her away. Number 3, not having any hobbies. Being interesting is a massive factor for girls, and they absolutely hate boring guys.
I am not boring. You're boring.
They love to meet someone who has a lot going on and who's passionate about different areas. It doesn't just paint you as an intellectual, it also opens up doors in her own mind, because maybe you could introduce her to new things too. Girls love to discover the world through their man, and you should have a world ready to welcome her into. Hobbies don't have to be hard work either. A hobby can be as simple as a class you take once every couple of weeks. Maybe you get into painting. Maybe you start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Maybe you love making cool videos of vintage cars. Whatever it is, be interesting and she'll be interested.
You're so interesting.
Number 4, hands, shoulders, knees, and toes. A lot of the times, it's really the little things that count. Girls notice a lot of tiny details, so any part of you that isn't well groomed is going to instantly make them cringe. You might think that being attractive is a binary thing. Either you are or you aren't. But usually, your grooming, along with the next point, is pretty much half the battle. So, always make sure your hair is tidily cut, your nails are clean, your facial hair is well kept, and most importantly, make sure you smell amazing. Smelling good is a game changer. Never ever forget the perfume.
You smell nice.
Number 5, having no style. Another thing that makes girls cringe is someone without a sense of smile. I get it. style doesn't always come naturally to some of us. The thing is, YouTube exists, so really you have no excuse. There are tons of style guide videos online that'll turn you from McLovin in Superbad to Thor in just a few minutes. Learn a little about color matching, learn what clashes and what doesn't, and buy outfits, not individual pieces. Thinking in outfits is a great way to make sure you always look good, because you're actually looking at each item of clothing and making sure it matches with the next. Also, accessories go a long way. Find a nice watch and a couple of bracelets to tie everything together.
Oh, nice bracelet.
Number 6. Being too agreeable. Cringe is so cringe. Nothing is worse to a girl than a yes man.
You disgust me.
Someone who simply agrees with everything she might say.
I'm sorry, what?
I said it was typical. Typical of you, Rachel Green. Queen Rachel does whatever she wants in little Rachel land.
Not having a unique opinion, offering no pushback, being non-confrontational. Honestly, this just makes her see you as spineless. She wants to be with a leader, not a follower. She wants to be submissive to you, but will only feel safe enough to do that if you can show her you can lead.
Oh, we redid the house.
So don't ever be afraid to share your opinion, even if it might lead to a fight. Always respectfully stand your ground and be upfront with how you feel. She might not always admit it, but she'll admire you for sticking to your guns. Number 7. Being too emotional. Arguably, the cringiest thing on this list is men who are overly emotional and take things too seriously. Being stoic is important. Women need their man to offer stability, and an emotional man is often an unstable man. Never get too angry and never get too sad. And if you do, the least you could do is not do it in front of her, because it'll make her view you as weak.
Men are weak. The race of men is failing.
Again, she wants someone stable that she can rely on, and any form of weakness is a turnoff, especially if done consistently. Number 8. Immaturity. If we're talking about a woman worth her salt, any form of immaturity is gonna make her cringe big time. Immaturity comes in many forms. It can be certain jokes you make, but it can also just show up in your attitude in general. Being late, being disrespectful to waiters, being too loud in public, having a messy apartment, and so on. These are all forms of immaturity.
Tommy, you're immature.
Basically, being sloppy or amateur is always going to annoy her, because she always wants to be with her best possible option. And if that option just passed out with Doritos on his dad bod halfway through a 9-hour Call of Duty marathon, she's gonna leave pretty quick. Hopefully you'll take away some valuable lessons from this video that'll help you turn into a well-rounded man with the ladies. Oh, and if you want some more tips to being a better man overall, be sure to check out this video on transforming yourself from a Chad to a Giga Chad in 5 practical steps. It'll genuinely help you change your life, we promise.